Good afternoon, dear online participants, guests and speakers. I'm delighted to welcome you today at the Bitkom Quantum Summit 2022. My name is Natalia Stolarchuk, and together with my colleagues from Bitkom, I'll be guiding you through the summit program over the next 2 days. Quantum computers are gradually finding its way from scientific research to commercial maturity. If you're attending today's summit, you've most likely heard something about this technology and the groundbreaking potential it promises in almost every sector of economy. Perhaps you've been running across news about quantum computers with thousands of qubits in less than 5 years, or heard about first potential applications. But what does it all mean? Where do we really stand today, and what is still missing to fully unlock this disruptive power of quantum computing? To discuss these questions, we have invited for today and tomorrow European and German policymakers, technology innovators, industrial users of quantum computing, and of course, you, our audience. Today, we are having a rich program with presentations and panel discussions here on the main stage. On the parallel virtual stage, we invite you to participate in the hands-on workshop of our partner Fujitsu. They will give you a taste on how to design algorithms on a quantum computer. It starts at 4 p.m. and you can register directly using your dashboard on the event platform. Tomorrow, we will offer an exciting program on 2 parallel stages. Make sure to check the program in advance and put together your personalized agenda with the sessions that draw your attention. Special thanks goes to our premium partners, without whom this event would hardly be possible: Fujitsu, Ethos, and Multiverse Computing. You are very welcome to visit our partners' respective partner areas on the event platform and learn about their activities and projects in the area of quantum computing, exchange ideas, and maybe take a look on the job boards. We also encourage you to make full use of the networking opportunities at our digital platform. You can do it under the tab Community, where you can meet speakers and participants and connect with them. You can use the live discussion button to share your ideas and thoughts, and also put questions to our speakers during their presentations. We will be very happy if you share your impressions from our Quantum Summit on Twitter and LinkedIn channels using hashtag QuantumSummit22. And now, it's my great pleasure to greet here a member of Executive Board of Bitkom, Susanne Demel, who will give a welcome speech. Welcome, Susanne.
Hello, everybody. Dear participants, dear guests, dear speakers. I'm very pleased to welcome you all to Bitkom's second Quantum Summit. The first Quantum Summit we hosted in 2021, and our goal at the time was to give a broad overview to cover the entire spectrum of quantum computing, of quantum technologies, be it quantum computing, quantum communications, or quantum sensing. We wanted to give you a very broad overview where we stand and where the potentials of these technologies are. This year, we can build on what we did last year, and we can take a closer look at one of the quantum technologies, quantum computing. Within the following 2 days, we will discuss with all of you what is required for a successful implementation of quantum computing in Germany and Europe. Today, quantum computers are still regarded as an immature technology. The real benefits and the commercial use cases may not be realized for another 7 to 10 years. Nevertheless, experts and analysts agree that merely standing by and waiting is not longer an option. It's not a long time, 7 to 10 years. Business leaders should start exploring potentials in their respective sectors and set up quantum computing strategies. Financial sector, manufacturing, chemical and pharmaceutical industries, logistics. These sectors are expected to gain the biggest value from the use of quantum computing. But quantum computers will also have a big impact on other sectors and bring competitive advantages in many business areas, or maybe even create new areas. But at the same time, that means that they also bring with them considerable security threats. So no wonder that this technology, despite being at an early stage of maturity, is already the subject of export controls in certain regions of the world, including Europe. The European Union's strategic programs focus on developing and building its own quantum computers. This is an important goal for establishing and maintaining sovereignty. And Germany has taken up this goal and pursues it in its own programs. In 2021, multiple consortia were formed in Germany to build quantum computers, demonstrators, develop the necessary ecosystem and create networks to engage potential users in the development process. For today's program, we have invited, as my colleague said, policymakers, technology developers and users to check the strategic map path and debate what we expect from quantum computing in Germany and Europe over the next 5 years and how we get there. Many elements must come together to enable widespread industrial application of quantum computers. Technological maturity is a necessary, yet not a sufficient factor. Availability of trained workforce, courses and respective university degrees, benchmarks and standards, low threshold access to systems for experimentation and use case development, just to name a few. Tomorrow's program of the summit focuses in detail on these issues. According to the recent Bitkom survey, 13% of companies with 500 or more employees are discussing the use of quantum computers, but merely 2% are actually trying it out in practice. However, a number of entry options into quantum computing already exist, and, for example, companies can participate in technology development, including components and manufacturing processes. Another option is to identify industry-specific problems that could be addressed using quantum computing methods. For example, the Bitkom publication Quantum Technologies in Business, which has just been released, unfortunately only in German, but still it offers a very good initial guidance for starting a quantum journey, and it shows use cases in almost all economic sectors. So various bridging technologies also offer the opportunity to develop the first tangible use cases. In tomorrow's program, we will also hear from our guests from the industry about getting started strategies, entry-level technologies, and specific use cases. But in a race among companies and countries, we should not forget the major impact quantum computing can have on a global scale and potential value it holds for humanity as a whole. In closing presentations on both days, our speakers will address how quantum computing can and should contribute the United Nations goals for a sustainable development. So, with about 1,000 registered participants, we are looking forward to about 50 speakers and panelists on our virtual stages today and tomorrow, as well as an additional workshop and various networking opportunities at this summit. I would like to thank our partners, guests and speakers, and I wish all of you an exciting and successful Quantum Summit. We will continue with our opening keynote, and I'm delighted that we will be able to greet Dr. Franziska Brandner. And we just take a short moment, and we're back again with Franziska Brandner.